Hello, this is Faye, the home salon specialist. I talked about having an accountant last time, and I then thought afterwards that actually if you're new to being self-employed and having a little business of your own, then that might have been quite helpful, but you wouldn't actually know what you're going to be needing to sort of hang on to take to the accountant, and what sort of paperwork and stuff it might be handy for you to hang on to, for be able to take to them. Otherwise that's pointless, and nobody knows these things until you sort of do your first year. So things you need are any receipts for anything you've bought, so obviously to do with business, so anything you get from your wholesalers, or it's going to not be able to think of a single thing now. So say if you do training or courses, those receipts need to be hung on to. If you do work from home, and obviously you've got to heat your room and light it, and you'll be using electricity in your room, so you need to take a copy of any utilities, so your gas and electricity, bits like that, so that a percentage of that can be taken into account by your accountant. It won't be all of it, it'll be, it depends on, you know, the space you use in your home, and also how many hours you do. So there's that. What else have we got? Things like your insurance, that would be able to be taken for your tax purposes. If you give your clients, say, a tea or a coffee, again you can hang on to receipts for teas, coffees, milks, magazines that you might have, maybe in your waiting area, or if you haven't got a waiting area, you know, just cleaning products for your room, if you've got a uniform, all those sorts of things, all those receipts you need to hang on to. You also need to bear in mind, you need to know that, what's the word I'm thinking of? Mileage. So say to get to your training that you might be doing, or to get to the place where you buy your equipment or products or bits and pieces, then you've had to go in your car there, you'll have obviously done a certain percentage of miles, so you need to hang on to that, so that the accountant can work out a sort of something, money you can get back for that. So I think that's all your and any of your outgoings. So obviously you'll have that in paper, or if you've bought stuff on the internet, you just need to print them out and hang on to them. And what I tend to do is every month I put all the receipts for that month into one envelope. That just makes it easier for the accountant, so he knows what month he's looking at. So the next thing would be, you then need to obviously know any money that you have earned. So I've got a ledger or a book that I put that all into. So say I've got 3 massages and 2 waxes, then I obviously write down those and the date, and put the amount next to it. So in this book, which is an old-fashioned way of doing it, I know that you can get apps and things that can do your bookkeeping now, but I have to say I still quite like being old school, although I know that at some stage I'm probably going to have to change and get all up to date. But at the moment I can keep it all in my book, hang on to my receipts for anything you can think of that might be to do with the business. Obviously the accountant's going to know whether it's not applicable, so if you think it might be useful, hang on to it, because it can always be thrown away. Whereas obviously if you've not hung on to a receipt, and it's then gone, so just hang on to anything you can think of. So I think they are all the things that you need to think about paper-wise to be able to take to your accountant, so then he or she can do their magic and work out what you need to pay tax-wise, and what can come off, so that you haven't got to pay. Alright then, I hope that's helpful. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye bye.